Hey guys, it's Chris Prefontaine with smartrealestatecoach.com, and a lot of you watching this may not yet be members, but there's no reason to not do that. You got a $2 trial that'll allow you to go to our membership site and play with it for 14 days. You can't possibly get enough information in that time period. However, if you're one of our JV partners or in coaching and you have the membership, you have access to live calls with my team, which is my family. You have access to videos, the important lessons we learn, not just the good stuff, all the trials and tribulations that we go through, so you don't have to go do the same thing. There's literally one of 15 of those what can go wrong videos that if you just can avoid that, you're going to save tens of thousands of dollars. So with that note, let me go through some commonly asked questions here that came about in no particular order, or that have come about in the last year or so. One is, so these questions really all revolve around buying and selling on terms, and more in particular, we do a lot with sandwiches, sandwich leases. We'll on occasion take a sandwich and convert it to a subject to, and that's a conversation for another time. But these are questions that revolve around mostly doing the sandwich lease deals. So the first one is, do I have to do any repairs? Meaning, you as an investor, do I have to do any repairs? My answer would be, if you do, you're 100% off track. We do not do repairs on homes that we're taking over and installing a tenant buyer in. In fact, if there's anything in the property that you need repaired or painted, or you think it's going to be a detriment to you filling it, you'll have the seller do it. Or you won't do anything and you'll fill it with the tenant buyer taking responsibility for it as is. Will there be some minor things on occasion? I don't want to ever say never. Yeah, one of our JV partners recently showed her home several times, and the overwhelming, not just one or two, because you always get that, but the overwhelming feedback was, I can't deal with these walls, they're a mess. I didn't see the pictures, but I guess they were that bad where people are bummed out about it. And she got the seller, even after she signed the contract, to go back and paint it. Okay, so you can always work with it, but the bottom line is you're not spending your capital to do that by and large, okay, in general. Should you, and the question came over, do we use realtors to help find lease options? Absolutely, 1000% out of the question, and I have nothing against realtors. I was a realtor for 18 years. My son Nick was up until just this past year. You got to get in with no money, guys, or very little, $10, $100, and you don't do that by dealing with a realtor, number one. And number two, you're going to be frustrated and want to bang your head against the wall because they don't understand your business. I can tell you that. They don't. There might be one a year that you run into that gets it and wants to refer your business, and that's fine. And you might give them a referral fee based on the cash you collect. But you do not deal with realtors, generally speaking. Look, they're going to screw up your deal. And if you're dealing with them, they see what? Commission, commission, commission. It's not what you want to deal with. There is no, by the way, reason to have to even think about that. And I don't remember who asked this question, but the fact is, if you follow the systems and follow the resources and get the leads from where we get them, you will never, ever go without lead flow. You'll never have to worry about leads. It's a matter of how many you want, and how many you want will depend upon your goal, and your goal will be dependent upon your game plan. We have a game plan chart we do with you and tell you exactly what your financial goal is, required leads to get to your financial goal. We do that with you as part of our program. I'll hit one more, then we can pick up on another video. This question shouldn't. These questions that frankly are coming from people that aren't members and aren't in our program. It's obvious, and nothing against that. But you got to get in membership and you got to get yourself immersed in our program, because this one said, how can I try to? The word "try" is already concerning, but how can I try to rent to own to a buyer if I don't own the home? You don't have to own the home. You have to control the home and have equitable interest in it, and you do so by either taking it subject to, obviously, or taking it through a lease purchase contract. You need a written agreement, period. Depending on what state you're in, that's the general answer. So you have written consent. That's it. That's the only answer. That's a short one. So I think I'll pick up on, there's 3 or 4 more here. I'll pick up on those on the next video. I hope that helped. So do you need a realtor? Will you be doing repairs? And how can you sell or install a rent-to-own buyer if you don't technically have the deed? And those are key questions, but please immerse yourself in the membership. If you have not looked into the JV program yet, there's 3 different levels of JV program, from super aggressive protected area to let's just do some deals. Check those out. Check out the testimonial section as well, because you'll see deals being done every single week. Make it a great week.